Hey guys, welcome back to my laboratory where I am doing mischievous things. Actually, I wanted to show you guys a little trick, but before I show you this trick, I got this from a channel called Edible Acres. I gotta tell you honestly, Edible Acres is the best YouTube channel. Yeah, it's better than my YouTube channel. I'm gonna put a link in the description. If you wanna see somebody that encourages people to do things economically, grow food, you like permaculture, man, I go to this channel all the time. He just did a series on cattle panel greenhouses. Go check him out, Edible Acres. If you go to that channel, make sure you let Sean know Conrad Homestead sent you. All right, let's get back to the tip of the day. Here it is. It's very simple. So if you're planting something, you're gonna wanna know what you planted, because when you put a seed in the ground, it's gone. First of all, you need to know that it's there, because if you have huge strips of bare dirt and you have no idea where you put something, that's a problem. So a plant marker is very important. So I'm going to show you how to make a free plant marker. The thing that I like about this the most is that it lasts forever and it uses all cheap material. So we find cans by the road. I don't know why people throw in cans out the window as they drive by our property, but we find these by the road. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a can, any aluminum can will work. You're gonna open up the can. Make sure you wear gloves when you do this. If you don't wear gloves, you're gonna cut your fingers. You need a good pair of sheet metal cutters to do this. Okay, so you take the bottom off. You get up into the other side. If you find an easier, faster method, go for it. Do it that way. All right. So now I got a sheet of aluminum here. So you can cut these as big as you want, but I find that a size about this size works perfect. This is about 2 inches by about 1.5 inches. That seems to be a perfect size. So what I like to do, you know, once you got that, you're gonna cut into a smaller piece. I like to round off the corners just so if I don't have gloves on, it's not going to cut me or somebody, cut the kids, cut somebody coming by. Then I take a drill bit. This is a very small drill bit. The exact size that I'm using is 3/32. Anything probably near 1/8 of an inch will work. I just drill a hole in it. I have some leftover communications wire. It's like a 22 gauge wire. Cat 5 wire will work fine. Then I just take a conductor of that. So if you're using this on trees or bushes or shrubs or something, you can just take that wire, and if you make it long enough, you can wrap that around one of the limbs. So let me show you what I do to write on it. I have a bunch of these Marcel's figs, so this has to be a ballpoint pen. I found that if you're using something that is somewhat soft behind it, it allows this metal to be embossed. I'm just gonna write, for example purposes, this is gonna be a fig, and then I'm gonna write Marcel's. So I'm gonna put this is for my propagation that I did. So this is from the original plant. And then I'm gonna put this with each individual plant, because on the property, I already have 3 varieties of figs. So what I do is, and I'll show you in a second, I'll show you a picture of that. I just poke this into the pot, and then that stays with it until it gets big enough that it has a couple branches, and then I'll wrap it around the branches. But if you look on there, it's embossed. It's marked on there, and it's like engraved on there, so that writing will never go away. It'll always be there. It'll always be legible. This aluminum won't break down. That has what it is and the variety and the date that I propagated it. So if I want to know about how old it is. Now I'm going to be planting a bunch of these like plants, like I have beets. So what I'll do in this case, I'll take a little stake like this. This is just a little piece of wood. So I'll write on this one, and then I'll put the variety. and then I'll put the date that I planted it. And then this says that the sprouts in 14 to 21 days. So I'm gonna put 21 days on here. That'll just give me an idea of where it's located, so that'll tell me that in this row that I have right here, there are beets, and then it'll tell me the date that I planted them and then the date that I can be expecting them. The other thing is, this is kind of shiny, and as a secondary benefit, this is kind of a bird deterrent because it kind of creates like a little flashing in the daytime, and birds don't really like that deflecting light like that, so that's a little secondary use for that. So I'll show you what this looks like when it's actually in the garden. But there it is. There's my little plant marker for free. Lasts forever. The best. Thanks, Edible Acres.